You know, when you have all of these immigrants that come from all over the world, they come to America, they lump themselves in this group called quote unquote minorities. And you have the pro blacks, social justice warriors that are seeking validation and acceptance from their groups, from these groups. They are basically empowering these groups to give their opinion on a quote unquote black community when their opinion doesn't mean diddly squat. We don't care about ENES KANTER going on TV to quote unquote blast LeBron James over his vaccination stance, basically saying that people can do what they want to do with their own bodies and their family. We don't care about that. We have to view it as a sign of disrespect to where people who don't resemble you, don't share your bloodline, nothing of that sort, could feel like they could go on these quote unquote platforms and give their stance about what people could do for the quote unquote black community. And as KANTER is Turkish, he can't even go back to Turkey. His passport is revoked because he feels like he can open his mouth and talk about shit that he has no control over. All of these jocks that go on the internet, that go on TV, are just useful idiots. They are just there to push an agenda, and that's it. But just because they have influence, they feel like they could use that to steer people in whatever direction they choose. Pro-blacks want to hold hands with all of these groups seeking acceptance because they have a low self-esteem, majority as a collective. So many people can go ahead and talk about what the quote unquote black community can do for change, why they are so reluctant to take the jab. Can any of you pro-blacks go to Turkey and talk about what these people can do with the Turkish government? I don't think so. Let's dive into this article though, because ENES KANTER just goes on CNN with the blonde bimbo to talk about what LeBron James can do. It just doesn't make any sense. We need to be asking him, why can't he go back to Turkey? Why is he viewed as a terrorist? Those are important questions. But I guess we are just going to ask this Turkish jock about what LeBron can do with his influence to the followers of the league and to the followers in the quote unquote black community. It just doesn't make any sense when this shit has nothing to do with him. Let's just scroll down to the video.
LeBron James finally revealed just recently that he is vaccinated, but he declined to call on others to do the same. Do you think players like LeBron James, who were so high profile, so looked up to, have a responsibility to protect not only his fellow players, but also the black community when we know the black community has been disproportionately impacted by this virus, by COVID?
When I heard it, I was very disappointed, and it's ridiculous. Obviously LeBron James, he's one of the face of the league, and he should be the first one to go out there and say, listen, everyone, I got the vaccine, and I'm encouraging everyone, my community, everyone, basketball fans, non-basketball fans, all the sport fans are just going out there to get this vaccine so we can save other lives. So when I heard that, I just couldn't believe it. But I hope he can educate himself about this vaccination and inspire and encourage other people around him.
Who cares what this goofball thinks about what LeBron can do with his household? Let's give him that. He's the king of his household. He's going to hold that down. He's not the king of any community. This is how they view everybody in the quote unquote black community. They view you as you have no brain. You can't think for yourselves. These athletes are your leaders. So whatever they do, you should do. You should follow. If they're praising the Democratic Party, you should vote Democrat. If they want to turn into super liberals, you should follow suit. All of that goofy shit. I don't get it. But it's the pro-blacks' fault. All of you people that are seeking acceptance instead of working with your own, you're the ones to blame. All of you goofballs that call a black woman God, that are following lesbians at these marches, you are to blame. That all of these people from all of these nations can give their opinion about the black community when they don't give a shit. These are the same people that are running these convenience stores and bodegas and whatnot, taking all of your money, and then they don't give you shit back in return. Just like I said, you have dumb jocks that are trying to portray themselves as intelligent individuals. And I'm not trying to shit on jocks, because you have some people with some common sense, or uncommon sense for that matter. But to talk about people educating themselves, this is why athletes aren't leaders. ENES KANTER is just a Turkish, useful idiot who can't go back to Turkey, so he wants to stay in America where he feels safe. That's what he said for himself. It's enough of that, though. I'm out.